Hello and welcome to Thomas Geiger Car. Today with the reveal of the biggest hit of the upcoming Munich Auto Show. Because after years and years of talking, we're finally seeing the BMW Neue Klasse, the forerunner of a brand new family of complete new BMW models. Say hello to the BMW iX3. It's been a long time that BMW has asked for our patience, and the patience has to continue just a little while longer because market launch in Europe is next year in spring. Rest of the world has to follow in summer. If you already want to know what's underneath this new shape, what technology to expect and what prices to pay, join me in my first walk around here at Thomas Geiger Car. Let's talk a bit about size and shape for the beginning. And if we take a look at the final production car, this car is not as revolutionary as the technology underneath. Yes, we've seen quite a few show cars for quite a long time, so we're pretty used to the new look. But on the other hand, it is following the BMW X3. That's their bread and butter model. There is no car that BMW is more reliant on, so they don't risk too much and they stay pretty moderate with their design language. Yes, it's looking modern. We have this lit up front. We have different light signatures as we know it from Audi, for example, but this is less shocking than, for example, a BMW XM or a 7 Series. And it's less extravagant compared to, for example, the Mercedes CLA, which kind of has the same position in the market, a brand new model with new technology, a forerunner of a new family. So while Mercedes is quite colorful and shiny, BMW is more conservative, more back to earth with both feet on the ground, which is good because this is not a fancy car. This is a very versatile, very practical car that should stick to all the customers. For that reason, they have just copied the measurements of the X3 almost to the millimeter. The car is 4.78 meters long. That's just 3 centimeters more than the X3 with the petrol engines. The wheelbase is 2.90 meters, giving it more space in the interior, not only for the passengers, but also for the cargo, something we'll look to it in a second. And for the first time in a BMW electric car, we have a frunk as well. It's not so easy to open. It's like a standard engine bonnet, but once you pull the handle twice and lift the bonnet, there is another 50 liters storing capacity underneath here. More than enough for your emergency triangle, for your charging cable, or for some dirty running gear that you don't want to have it in the interior. Interior is a good point. Let's just step into the car and see what to expect in the inside. Neue Klasse, this term stands for a lot of innovations and for an innovative electric drivetrain as well. We have a new generation of batteries, we have a new generation of electric motors, we have a new generation of management of all that, giving you more driving fun than ever and more efficiency than ever. At least that's what the engineers are claiming. In this case, we're sitting in a BMW iX3 i50 xDrive, a long term for a pretty simple configuration. 2 motors, 470 horsepower, combined with a battery of a usable capacity of 108 kilowatt hours. Since it's an 800 volt battery, charging goes up to 400 kilowatts, making it one of the fastest charging EVs on the German market at the moment. And it's also fast in driving, 4.9 seconds from 0 to 100, 210 kilometers max, and that for quite a long time. If you're easy on the throttle, you can go more than 800 kilometers in the European drive cycle. And if you measure in Chinese figures, you can make even 900 kilometers and above with one charge. Problem is, all that comes with a price. German price tag for this configuration starts at 68,900 euros, making it almost 70,000 with a few extras. And if you put some extras more in, you can reach 80,000 as well. But BMW will lower the price with smaller batteries or less powerful engines, so that at the end you can calculate with a starting price of 60,000 euros in Germany. Neue Klasse, this term does not only stand for a evolutionary or even revolutionary development in drivetrain and design. No, it also stands for a brand new electric and electronic architecture. BMW has for the first time ever its own operating system and has combined all the functions in only 4 superbrains instead of hundreds and hundreds controllers. That means 600 meters less cable, 30% less weight on the electric side, and that most and foremost means lots and lots of new functions. The most obvious one in the user interface, because BMW got rid of the iDrive that was on the center console and incorporated the panoramic iDrive instead. An additional display underneath the windscreen over the full width of the car. 110 centimeters of new screen space that you can use and that you can mostly configure on your own. The information for speed and navigation is set because due laws and regulations, but all the rest could easily be configured by yourself. You have these 6 tiles that you can play with, that you can use, and that you can put all the information, weather, personal assistant, air quality, whatever you want. It's just a slice and a slide, and all the information is up there. That makes it really, really easy, and you still have a head-up display to look for navigation and, for the first time ever, for a fusion of navigation and driver assistant displays in your further distance view. The screen in the center is also new. It's not only bigger than before, it's also slightly twisted towards the driver, makes operating it easier while keeping the hands on the wheels and the eyes of the road. The only disturbing thing in the car for me is the steering wheel. While the design of the exterior is quite conventional, not too provocative with the steering wheel, the BMW designers have gone further, maybe even too far. Not only that the spokes in the horizontal line are now gone and you only have the vertical spokes. No, it has a strange shape and it's very, very loaded with design and with technology. We have 2 islands of sensor buttons left for the driver assistance systems with so-called ShyTech, so all the buttons will only light up if you need the function, and right for infotainment, navigation and communication. And it looks pretty odd because it is kind of slash, but it's well to operate because there are some contours in that. You get a haptical feedback and the engineers are promising you could use it without looking at it once you got a bit of practice. I'm pretty curious if that really works well, and I think this is the only place where the iX3 will divide between the new people, the generation smartphone that is used to digital operation systems, and the people that are grown up with a dial on their telephone. They might have to work a little longer to get warm with the new iX3. While the size from the outside is almost the same, the car has grown significantly from the inside. Not only the passengers do have more room, but also the trunk capacity has been increased. We're talking about 520 to 750 liters of cargo capacity. That's roughly a 10% increase, not counted the frunk of another 50 liters under the front bonnet. So yes, practical, versatile vehicle. Thanks for joining me on that first walk around with the BMW Neue Klasse, the next generation iX3 as the forerunner of a new family of BMW models. A car that bears 2 messages for me. The one is more an industrial one, combined with the Mercedes GLC that will have its world debut also at the Munich Auto Show. It shows that the German automotive industry is striking back, not giving up. The inventor of the automobile is claiming its place on the automotive world mark, is fighting back towards China and the US. If we look for the BMW perspective, This is the most important car they could replace. It is their bread and butter model. It's the model the company is based on. So they didn't take any risk, and they brought a package that will really appeal to the market. The electric drivetrain is promising. The infotainment system looks great and gives you a new way to see the automotive world. And the design is not as revolutionary, not as forward-looking than many of us feared or expected. It is just blending into the market. There is only one information missing: how it's gonna drive. Is there really sheer driving pleasure incorporated? Something we will have to find out in the next weeks. And if you want to know how this car behaves, just stay tuned and you will hear it first here at ifeng.com. Thank you, Shishye, Sai Tian, and goodbye.